Hey guys, long time no reviews or reactions. Apologize for that. I've had a ton of things going on in my life with work and family and stuff, and it just hasn't been possible until now. So I'm back to do a relatively brief spoiler review of The Meg. Okay, so where to begin? I don't want to go into a super long-winded story, but I'll just say I'm a shark fanatic. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a marine biologist. I was obsessed with sharks. I used to watch Shark Week whenever it came out, and it was a huge deal. Was obsessed and terrified with all the Jaws films, like in a massive, massive way. My birthday present for my 10th birthday was Jaws. My parents rented Jaws for me on VHS, and I had this blue carpeting in my room. And after I saw that movie, the scene where Jaws leaps up on the boat and you know, on his belly, and then it tilts this way and Quint slides down into his mouth, I was absolutely certain that a shark was going to leap out of my blue carpet, because of course that's water, and kill me. And I remember in, I want to say 97 or so, when Steve Alton's The Meg book came out, I was like, what is this? There's a fucking book about a giant shark like a megalodon? This is like, for me, this is friggin' amazing. And I never read the book, I'm not gonna lie, just I didn't get around to it, not for lack of interest. But I followed it, the production path of it very excitedly over a long period of time, back when Jan de Bont was gonna direct it, and then there was even talk of Eli Roth directing it at one point. And I was very happy when John Turteltaub was signed to direct it, because I love the National Treasure films. I think they're very, very well done for the type of film they are. And I thought, okay, this guy's really solid. He knows how to deliver a very solid, workmanlike, blockbuster popcorn film. And I was a little nervous when they cast Jason Statham, even though I've been a fan of his since the first Transporter. I just thought, are they going to try to turn this into some, you know, inauthentically or artificially sort of shoehorn this into some action-heavy, cheesy piece of shit or something? Even though he's great, I just thought that makes me a little nervous. But lo and behold, any concerns I had were nothing to worry about. The movie's fantastic. It's an excellent popcorn film that knows exactly what it is and doesn't try to be anything else but. And it actually, one of the things, I'm just going to talk out of order, one of the things I was the most impressed with was the screenplay. It's pretty intelligent for what it is. And it does a lot of things that, let me change hands here. It does a lot of things differently that were very refreshing, like the love angle between the scientist, the female scientist character, I forget her name, and Jason Statham could have been really awkward in anyone else's hands. There could have been a forced kiss. Obviously, romance is fine in a movie, but if it happens before it's earned, it can be really just stupid and cringy. And they didn't try any of that. They let it grow in a way that was authentic for the kind of film it was. Also, the relationship between the female scientist and her dad was actually unexpectedly touching. I heard somebody sniveling a little bit when he passes away in the film. I thought that was surprisingly well done. All of the characters were surprisingly well written. From the trailers, I thought, okay, you've got, like, Ruby Rose is absurdly attractive, and so I thought, okay, here's, like, the super gorgeous computer hacker. I'm not sure if I'm buying it. Not like you have to be unattractive to be a computer hacker, but it just seemed a little like, okay. But she's actually great, and it's believable. So everyone in the cast did a really solid job, especially like Cliff Curtis. I've been a fan of his since like Deep Rising. Statham has huge screen charisma and big screen presence, and he really anchors the film every time he's on screen. I like the story. The story is, to give you guys like a quick rehash, I'm going to switch hands again, sorry, my hand's getting tired. There's a billionaire scientist, sort of like a Bill Gates-y character, but younger, played by Rainn Wilson, who basically funds this super expensive deep-sea laboratory to investigate this thermal layer that's down at the bottom of the ocean, because they hypothesize that underneath it there could be species that are undiscovered, and it could be a big boon for their research and his brand. So they go down there. Concurrently with that story, Jason Statham is making these claims that they were attacked by a megalodon or some other large creature. He's kind of branded a crazy, and so those stories kind of are on a collision course with each other, and it's obviously shown that he's not crazy and there's something down there. So I guess to wrap it up, I'll say the performances were really solid across the board. The script and dialogue was fine. There was no, like, you know, cringe-inducing lines or anything like that, even for a popcorn film. It was very well paced. I actually really enjoyed the first like 45-50 minutes that are relatively shark-free, and that says a lot about the quality of the film. And then when the shark appears, it's like nonstop until the end, and it's very enjoyable. I love the sharks. I love the special effects and the design of the Megalodon. It was fantastic. There's a really nice mix between sort of theme parky ride scenes, and what I mean by that is stuff where, like, really nice POV sequences where Statham's in the sub and he's kind of racing between coral, you know, like tunnels and stuff, and the shark's chasing him. It gives a sense of, like, almost like you're at Universal Studios, you're on a ride or something. There's a lot of those ridey type moments which are fun. It's scary, it's suspenseful, it's tense, it builds nicely. There's a couple nice little twists which I won't ruin, even though this is a spoiler review. And there's a couple of really nice moments where they bring the camera in close, and there's a little bit of poetry there, which I thought, without sounding pretentious, there's like a really cool shot where Statham goes down to rescue this female character, and the Megalodon is sort of caught on something like this wire or something, this big like anchor wire, and it's snapping at him, and all of a sudden this poison takes effect that they jabbed it with, and then its mouth sort of closes slowly, and there's a beautiful close-up of the teeth and the gums in the mouth, and it looks really photorealistic. It looks really great. And then they sort of show a second shot where the eye closes, like in death, and I think like the nictitating membrane that sharks have, it closes over its eye, and it's kind of a little poetic, nice shot. And so in the end, if you are a Jason Statham fan, or you're into sharks and you just want a really solid blockbuster, you can really not do wrong with this. I had a blast with it. I think it was honest and authentic for what it was and for the type of film it set out to be. I think it did an excellent job. So I would give it a solid A. And yeah, very happy with this film. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be back doing reactions as soon as possible, probably starting this week, and we'll do some other cool stuff on the channel. Thanks for watching.